In a second. I'm just making sure that everyone can hear me okay. Excuse me. Just bear with me a second more now, guys. Sorry, this thing loves freezing on me when everything's set up. Oh, didn't mean to have that loud, but there we go. We are back. Hello, JJ. Good to have you here from the get-go because this is the final season of Cloyne United. It is hard to believe that we are already here. I feel a little bit emotional. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, this is the first episode of the last season, so we still have a long ways to go. But at the same time, this is a series that obviously was a bit of a spin-off of Turl United, as my sister drops into the chat. Hello, Keris. But this is a I've got mixed feelings because I'm looking forward to the next series. I'm looking forward to the next few series, actually. Let me just close the door over here because it's a bit of a draft. But I'm also looking forward to, I've loved this career mode, and I'm looking forward to, why can't I find the remote, or excuse me, the charge for my remote? Just bear with me. The spin-off of Turl United, but I think we've made it its own thing as well. I'm good, Karis, how are you? But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seeing what happens. We've got a big game to start here, just to give you an idea of the start of the season. United twice, which is interesting because if you did watch the last episode of last season, you'll know that United did beat us in the FA Cup final. For the second year in a row, we won the league and the League Cup. We went for the domestic treble, but we ended up losing the FA Cup final to United. Although that semi-final against Arsenal will live in infamy for Arsenal fans, but it will live in Cloyne United folklore for us. Go back and watch it. There is no way I'll be able to do it justice. Just go back and watch it. That's the best I can say. But United in the Community Shield, we have them in the opening game of the league. Then we have Everton away and Arsenal at home. So some tough games to kick off the season, but I'm actually looking forward to it. And even after that, then we've got Man City. And of course, here we'll have our first Champions League game of the season too. So that'll be interesting. Played City 3 times in a row, and now United. End of last season and first 2 games. Yeah, something about Manchester. It's almost like they know that I support a team in Manchester. They love giving us games against the Manchester teams. But as we know, Manchester is red. Of course it is. But now that we've got all that out of the way, we have some very interesting things to get into here. So after the end, I should say, of the last episode, I realized the squad needed a little bit of recycling. I think we needed to improve some positions that probably we left a little bit too long. And I have made some big, big decisions, and I've made some big, big signings. And without further ado, let me show you the new Cloyne United. That's not the right one. That's the second team. I just ruined the big dramatic moment. Here we go. There it is. This is the new starting 11. Some of the signings that we made and some of the transfers that we ended up, some of the players we had to sell were not by design. There was 2 that I wasn't actually planning on selling, but because of the circumstances, I needed to. So let me digest a little bit. So let's start with in goal. So before I do that, I have a horrible case of indigestion at the moment, so let me just take a sip of water. Oh my God, there we go. Oh my God, my throat was killing me. This is a sexy team. It is a very sexy team. It is a very sexy team, and I've got some interesting stories to tell you. So we've signed this young German keeper, Meyer, who is indeed the Manuel Neuer regen. Now, Mamardashvili is someone who I'm very happy with, and we haven't sold him, by the way. He's still here, just so that you know. And we have Dylan say, go Man United. Karis, go Man United. There you go. But Meyer, we've signed him, a free agent, German goalkeeper. We've kept Mamardashvili, but I did feel like when it came to the goalkeeping department, Mamardashvili is very good, but I felt like he wasn't growing as quickly as I would have liked. We have Perrin, who's still in the team, but we are also looking to get rid of him because Perrin is he's just too old, and I just felt like he wasn't good enough. We got him on a free transfer. We're actually in talks with Real Sociedad to sell him. But I felt like that we needed a bit more depth in the goalkeeping position because, as I say, Mamardashvili was getting a little bit just not growing as much as I would have liked. So what I'm going to do is Meyer is going to play the League and the Champions League games. Mamardashvili is going to be playing the FA Cup and League Cup games because obviously we want to go for the quadruple. I think we need a big squad to do that, and that's what I've decided to do in between the sticks. So we've kept Mamardashvili, but Meyer is the new number 1 in goal. Arch enemy of the series, Real Sociedad. Yeah, we're poisoning them a little bit because Perrin's only going down. Perrin's only going to go down, so we're actually giving them some of the dead wood, which hopefully means that we might actually come up against them in the Champions League and we can exploit that a little bit. So the back four is the exact same, apart from one player, Saliba. So Ibanez, again, thought he did okay, but I felt like he reached his max potential, and I just felt like he was very replaceable. I just felt like he was a very, very replaceable player. Saliba was one of the best players we had on offer, but we had to swap a player to get Saliba. We sold Ibanez. I can't remember who we sold him to exactly, but we'll check that in a minute. But Ibanez has been sold, and we actually swapped one of our starting 11 players for Saliba due to circumstances that I did not foresee. So Saliba is someone who was the best option available. I did go for Militao, but he played for Liverpool, and I didn't want to swap the player that we swapped for Saliba. I didn't want to give him to Liverpool. Is Turl there? He is, Karras. You'll see him there in a second. Don't worry. Have sold Paulinho. So Paulinho and another player had some contract issues. For some reason, I wasn't notified at the end of last season that Paulinho and Antony were unhappy with their contracts. And I went to renew the contracts, and it wouldn't let me. It just said both players had requested a transfer. Or I can replace them with better players that can help us win the quadruple. So I swapped Paulinho to get Rodri. Perrin plays if we get Sociedad and decides he's the world's best keeper. Maybe old, but history has shown old ages have the last laugh, unfortunately. That is true. That is very true. And now you've got me worried. Now I'm kind of hoping we don't get Real Sociedad. But no, in all seriousness, we have we've swapped Paulinho to get Rodri, who I think it could be a game changer in that CDM position. 29 years old. That's a perfect age, I think, for a CDM at this stage of the career. 89 rated. That's absolutely perfect. Here we have Dylan Turl, still the captain. Alex has returned from injury. He is back on the right-hand side. He has gone down 2 overall, but hopefully he can get back up to the 91 rated that he was at. So Porrig as well is still at centre-back. He's a 90 rated player as well. Forgot to mention him at the start. Turl is the best, Karras. There you go. There you go. There you go. The main man is with us to the end, Cocaine Bear. Bear, he's still in the team. We couldn't get rid of him. We had to keep him. But Turl and Cullen still there. Rodri at CDM. We have Foden, who we've been wanting to sign for absolute ages, playing at left centre midfield. So the annoying thing about this is he gets a -1 to start with, right? And I checked in the background, in another career mode, how long it would take to switch Foden from a left winger to a centre midfielder. Now, according to FIFA, at the start of career mode, it only takes Foden 2 weeks to become a centre midfielder. And on this, for some reason, it's going to take him, apparently, over 300 weeks to become a centre midfielder. Now, as annoying as that is, right, he only gets a -1 at left centre midfield, and the more you play a player in a position and the better they do, the quicker it'll be for them to switch to that position. So I'm not going to panic over it too much. Odegaard was another option, but I've used Odegaard before. Obviously, we might be doing the Arsenal career mode after this, so I didn't want to use the same player twice. I know we have Saliba, but, he's the exception. But I didn't want to use two of the same players twice. So we've gone with Phil Foden. He'll play in centre midfield. Now on the left-hand side, this is the one that kind of upset me a little bit. So Paulinho obviously didn't want his new contract. Neither did Antony. Antony had put in a transfer request, wouldn't accept the new contract. Very, very disappointed because Antony was one of my favourite players to use. Obviously, we signed him from United, and I thought he had a great season. Towards the end, he dropped off a little bit, but unfortunately, we had to part ways with Antony. So what I actually did was I swapped Antony to get Saliba, because Saliba was actually at Atletico Madrid in this career mode. And we had this French left winger here, Lamone, who started as a centre forward but became a left winger. So Anthony JJ has gone to Atletico Madrid. We swapped him to get Saliba because Saliba had gone there. Militao was the player I was actually going to go for, but he was at Liverpool, and I didn't want to give Anthony to Liverpool, so we got Saliba instead. I didn't really mind Anthony going to Atletico Madrid because I was like, look, I don't even know if Atletico Madrid qualified for the Champions League, but even if they did, I'd rather come up against him in the Champions League than him improve a rival in the Premier League, if that makes sense. So we got Lemon here, 94 rated left winger, originally a centre forward, and obviously we've converted into a left winger. I will see you tomorrow, Karis. Hope you have a great day at school. It's Karis's last day at school tomorrow, and my brother Sean as well. And the three of us will be going to their first WWE show on Thursday, so very much looking forward to that. So I'll see you tomorrow, Karis. Thanks for tuning in. But Lemon is the one who we've put on the left-hand side, and JJ, of course, is the main man up front. We've also made some changes on the bench. So if I can just scroll down here, Evan Ferguson is back from his loan, so he will be the main striker off the bench. And we have Brennan Johnson back on the bench, who really did step up whilst Alex was injured. Marino, the legend himself, has agreed to become a rotational player, so he'll be the left centre midfielder coming off the bench for Foden. Bear, obviously, the backup CDM. Mikalenko at left back. And here's the big change off the bench that was a bit of a tough decision to make, but I think the right decision to make. So Kent, who was our backup left-sided centre-back, he came up through the youth academy. Porrig, being the young left-footed centre-back, kind of made me realise, do we really need another young left-footed centre-back? And I felt like Kent was getting very inconsistent, and I felt like he kind of reached his ceiling. So I've ended up selling Kent, and what I've done is I've brought in Luke Shaw, an experienced player who can play left-back and left centre-back, and we are currently converting him to a left centre-back. He is going to be the backup for Porrig. I just felt like that made a lot more sense than having two young left-footed centre-backs who, let's be honest, Porrig and Kent were the same age. Like, Porrig is 90 rated, Kent was 81 rated. So I just thought it made sense to get a bit more experience there as a backup, as opposed to wasting away a young player's potential who clearly was never going to get enough game time. It was the wrong career mode to have a left centre-back be the future star. If he was right-footed, I would have happily slotted him alongside Porrig, and we could have had that deadly duo. But obviously, that wasn't to be the case. He did have 5-star weak foot, but I still thought he was way too reliant on his left foot to play right side of centre-back, so we've decided to part ways with Kent. So Luke Shaw will become a left centre-back. I'm sure that we can get the quadruple. Well, Luke Shaw's definitely going to have a big role to play in it. So really happy with that. And Mukiele, he's the new right back. We scouted a good few backup right backs, but he was the best one we decided to go with. Hobbs is still here, so technically we have Hobbs and Shaw at the same time, which I did say I would do, and here we are. But we are looking to sell on Hobbs. We do have a young player here, McConnell. He is another option at right back. He does have potential to be special, but because we're only doing one more season, that's why I decided to bring in a better backup right back for Calabria. But to be fair, Calabria, him and Turl played the most amount of games last season, so that shouldn't be an issue. And we also brought in Darder, a right-footed centre midfielder, just to rotate around with Turl. Obviously, we have Abro as well, back from his loan, so we've got options there. Anil Ahmedhozovic, I have to say Anil because my young sister was watching and I don't want her to hear the other word that we normally use. But he is here as the backup right centre back. Mbuemo still the left-footed left winger, backup player. And yeah, we've got some decent options here in the reserves. So I'm really, really happy with this team. Chavez is injured, but to be honest, I'm probably just going to try letting him go. We have Jovanovic, we have Moreno, Foden is there as well. Chavez got that stupid fucking 7-month injury. I've turned down the injury severity and frequency for the two, for both me and the CPU, because these 7-month injuries are just getting fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that's what we've decided to do there. Hobbs and Shaw, let's go. It'll only be very brief, unfortunately, because we do have Hobbs transfer listed. I just feel like, we've got McConnell, who's a young player who can do it. Hobbs, he's starting to decline a bit. It was time probably to move him on. Mukiele can come in. Mukiele can play a couple of positions as well. He actually gets a +2, I should say, as a He actually gets a +2 as a centre back, which is good. But that, means he can play in multiple positions. He's pretty much the Cloyne United version of Mingueza, so that's good to know. But yeah. Oh God, my chat's gone. My chat is gone, and it is back. Hobbs, Shaw, Cocaine, and Anvil. I have to say for this episode, Fast and Furious 11. Well, we'll have to get the royalties for that if they do if they do end up making that. But yeah, I'm very happy with this team. Very happy with this team. And what I've done here as well, that you got a brief look at a moment ago, this is the second team. Very, very strong. Very, very strong second team. I'm very, very happy with this. Yeah, I really can't complain too much about this team, lads. I think it's doing really well. This bench is we can change the bench as we go when it comes to the second team. I don't think that, this isn't the set in stone bench. This is just, because it's very winger heavy, as you can see. But do you know what I need to do, lads? I need to take off my jumper because it is fucking roasting in here. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. I left my fan in the other room, and I'm too lazy to go and get it. And I had a jumper on because it was kind of cold in here, but now all of a sudden, it's very warm. So, showing Vin Diesel this episode to get the royalties. Good old Vinny. Why is my chat gone again? Oh no, it's back. Never mind. Yeah, Vin Diesel. Well, if he needs a trained actor to play a certain role, then he knows where to find me. Let's just say that. Well, he probably doesn't because he's probably never heard of me, but you get the point. Of course, well, the jerseys. Yeah, this is another thing. God, we've so much to get through, don't we? This is the problem when you start a new season. I feel like you've so much to get through. But Turl, as you can see there, is donning the new home kit, which is obviously made by Puma. So to make this jersey, I actually had to change the secondary colour to red and the primary colour to black. But I think it looks fucking deadly. Very reminiscent of AC Milan, I feel like this one is. It's a much bigger improvement on the jersey we had last year. Once again, let me just take a sip of water. Oh my God. I started getting indigestion right before I started recording. Or started streaming, I should say. And it's really, really starting to get to me today, so I do apologise. But before we get into this game against United, let me show you the other jerseys. So, you saw the home kit. This is the alternative kit. So, normally I try and keep it realistic and use the same kit manufacturer for all three kits. This time I said, fuck it, let's change it up. Let's use 3 different ones. So what I love about this Jordan kit is that it looks like we have a sponsor. And this is definitely the first kit we're going to use in today's episode. It is an absolute fucking beauty. You've obviously seen the home kit, which I decided to use Puma for. I think because we're using the same colour scheme we used for Turl United, the problem I was facing here is that I was... Sorry, no, oh God, this chat is really starting to fuck me off. Okay, it's back now again. Sorry, lads. It's just, honestly, between the indigestion and the chat constantly disappearing, this episode has been a bit stressful to set up. So do forgive me. But because we're using the same colour scheme as we did with Turl United, it was very hard to find jerseys that I hadn't used before. So that's why I said I'd change up the kit manufacturers a bit. But I think this Puma one is arguably the nicest. My shoot name is on the jersey. Oh, well, I have to keep that in mind. Every time you score a goal in the purple kit, we'll have to make sure that Jordan is on display. I didn't know that. And now that I do know that, it makes me even happier. So now it makes the third kit even more special, apart from the fact that it's a beauty of a jersey as well. But this is the away kit. Now, I've kept the traditional Ireland colours, but this is looking more like a Nigeria kit. But you know what? I'm all for it. I actually think it looks quite nice. You know, we're keeping the same Ireland colours, even though it doesn't really look like an Irish kit anymore. But I actually really dig it. As I say, with the Nigerian kind of style going on. My buddy Alvin would love this. He's from Nigeria. But I really, really dig it. So these are the 3 kits that we'll be using for the season. Let's use the purple kit for the first game. We'll throw United in their away kit as well. I think that makes sense. We're going to go with this team. I am just going to change the weather because the shadows can be a bit of a pain in the ass. And there we go. So here we go. After all that nonsense, we can finally get into the first game of the episode, the first game of the season. Can we win the Community Shield to kick off the campaign? Let's bloody do so. And get some revenge against United at Wembley. Phil Foden's first impression. I'm very, very much looking forward to using him. So yeah, I think some of the signings in this might have surprised a few people, but I'm still glad that we made them because I felt like this squad definitely needed an injection of change. I felt like that was something we badly needed because so I think we were being a little bit too loyal to some players. I love this kit so much. Oh my god. Like Michael Jordan scoring all those points, I bag in the goals. Literally, the English Michael Jordan. Quite literally. 70 goals last season. That was insane. Oh, lads, I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. Enough of the pleasantries. Let's get into it. Our first game of Season 4. A rematch of the FA Cup final of last season. Shortire or Shortire, however you say his name. The young player who was out on loan at Bolton. He's starting for United in this game, which is kind of interesting. United, who'd won the FA Cup, but did lose the Conference League final. They did lose the Conference League final last season, so we know they can be there for the taking. Here's Rodri, a player I'm very, very excited to use. And here's Phil Foden, the man we've been touting for a while. Oh, I was trying to play it in for JJ, but for some reason, he just wouldn't direct it. Saliba back from injury, so he must be recovering from an injury when he was at Atletico. Oh, Calabria with a good tackle there. Calabria has been a stalwart at right back, hasn't he? He's been absolutely fucking brilliant there. Which is why when we were getting the replacement, it was kind of low down the priority list, but you know, injuries can happen, as we've seen. Hopefully Alex stays injury-free this season. If Alex picks up another big injury, then honestly, I'll probably just release him. I told the real-life Alex, if he gets another injury, I'm selling him. I don't care. We're bringing in someone else, because it's ridiculous. And like the League Cup semi-final, I feel like, oh God. Oh, I was going to say we're going to have to wrap him in bubble wrap, but we've gone 1-0 down, and it's fucking Shortire. What rating is he at now? I have to see this. God, United just have our number lately, don't they? He's only 72 rated. United's team is a bit mixed when it comes to their ratings. Like, they've got Costa on the bench. But Meyer will not be keeping a clean sheet here on his debut. It's 1-0. Oh my God. What is it about United? And I'm not taking it easy on them before people think I am. I'm sure some people will think, oh, I'm taking it easy on United because I support them in real life. I promise you I'm not. Oh, JJ's shot is blocked. We get the corner, which Foden is going to take. Looking for Horrig there, who did score in the FA Cup final. So he did, the fat gorilla. He's a very good header as well. We actually went with this season. I swear to God, if Saliba got injured there in his debut, I would have cried. But again, we're just finding this problem where we just can't get beyond the defender. It's just so, I said it. There's just something about United lately. I just can't beat them. They beat us twice in the league last season, and then they beat us in the FA Cup final, and they're currently beating us here in the Community Shield. Here's Cullen, back from injury. He's going to need a few games to get that sharpness and rating back up. But Calabria runs right into a defender again. Oh, Porrig, you got to be doing better there. Oh, it was a bit dangerous. We've done okay. Gaia does well there. Here's Foden. Great ball out to Lemon, who feels so quick, it's not even funny. Oh! Oh! What a scrappy goal to open up the account for the season. It's JJ repping the Jordan kit. It's 1-1. Lemon with the run. Cut it back to JJ. Henderson didn't get there. JJ taps it onto the post initially, but it comes back to him. And he's not going to miss from there. It's 1-1. Get in there. I'm still thinking about that Arsenal game here in the semi-final. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like it's kind of... I don't look back on it now with the same emotion that I did initially, because we obviously went on to lose the final, but the semi-final was just... That was just crazy. It was so funny. Like, that was the most Arsenal thing to ever happen. It really, really was. But United have given it away here. Is Rodri. And now Foden. Come on, Phil. He feels really good in the ball, I have to say. And Lamone. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, the pass just let him down. The pass is what let him down in the end. Oh, brilliant though by Phil Foden again. Oh, but he loses it again. I did say the passing would have to improve. The passing in the last few episodes has been very, very poor. Very, very poor. And we can't have that happen again. It definitely cost us last season. Short tires and again. Oh, like, short tire there turning into fucking Messi, like. It's ridiculous. But Meyer will pick that up in his grasp. I was tempted to play Mamardashvili today, because this is technically, you know, this could count as a cup game. But, like, you know, I think it's probably best we give Meyer a game. Bring up his sharpness. What a ball. Oh, Alex, what a moment that would be for him. And it's funny because Alex literally in the last like 5 days in game has come back to the squad. So that's why his sharpness is like completely down as United get this corner. I was rewatching the episode last night. I think I'm always going to laugh when you jump to result. I was just lost for words. I had no idea what to say. I couldn't quite believe it. It was just like, how? How has this happened? Oh my god. Oh, what a save by Meyer. McTominay, who actually did score in the final for United. Looking to score here in the Community Shield. It's a good save by Meyer, though. The first save he's had to make. So handy now, though, that we've got two very good goalkeepers that can battle it out in all four competitions. You might remember that with the Turl... Oh, God. With Turl United. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Oh, my God. Who's injured? Oh, are you fucking serious? I have turned the injury severity down, and we've already gotten a fucking injury. Oh, and it's Calabria, who fucking played the majority of games last season. I honestly, lads, the injuries at the moment... But it's only a recent thing. It's only a recent thing that injuries have become such a big part of FIFA. It's really fucking irritating. Right, I'm going to keep him on. Hopefully he can run it off. Hopefully he can run it off. But if Calabria is out injured now, then I'm going to be fucking fuming. Has there been a patch? Not yet. Well, not to fix it anyway. Oh, here's Alex. Oh, he's at the bar! Oh, what a moment that would have been. Oh, yeah, look, I'm going to have to take Calabria off. Fuck it, Mukele. He can make his debut here at half-time. Well, that's really fucking annoying. But I'm trying to think if there was... I think there was an update recently enough, and I don't know if that's just, you know, made the injuries more fucking common. But it's really fucking irritating. Hopefully, that, like, I don't think that'll be a 7-monther. Because if it was, they would have forced me to take him off. But I'm just like, look, I just know I'm better off now just taking him off and not risking further injury. But it's so irritating. Especially when Calabria has been such a fucking, you know, mainstay at right back. Like, he's played... I wouldn't be surprised if he's up there in the top appearances. I'd imagine he's played he's probably the player who's in the top 5 most capped players at the club. Meyer makes the save. I think Turl, JJ, Porrig and Calabria, and maybe Mamardashvili as well, are amongst there. Alex would be, you know, apart from the injuries. Oh, United. Yeah, this is a goal anyway. Oh, okay, Meyer with a brilliant save. It's just so irritating when you just can't get the ball off them. If this were to end in a draw, it would go straight to pens, because there's no extra time in the Community Shield, thank God. Oh, Phil Foden does really, really well there. Oh, and it's a great ball to JJ. That's a fantastic ball. JJ's in a tight angle, and it forces a good save by Dean Henderson. Lamone now will come over to take the corner. Actually, no, shit, should have been Alex. I need to do that after this game. Put Alex back on set pieces. I didn't even think about that. But half an hour to go. It's still 1-1. Saliba with a good interception. Now Tarl. Oh, Fernandez. I think that's Alvaro Fernandez as well. I don't think it's Bruno. Bruno. Yeah, we saw that Bruno left United in this career mode, didn't he? Oh, come on. Oh, it's Phil Foden. Well, I never thought I would see the day that I'd be happy to see Phil Foden score against Manchester United. But here we are. On his debut in the Community Shield, Phil Foden puts us 2-1 up. And it's a brilliant finish as well. It's a fantastic finish. Oh, will this indigestion ever fuck off? It is really starting to annoy me. But I tell you what's not annoying is that finish from Phil Foden. A debut goal from the Englishman. And we are 2-1 up with 25 minutes to go. First time we've taken the lead against United in fucking 8. Well, we did in the FA Cup final, though, actually, didn't we? But yeah, they did the double over us in the league and they beat us in the FA Cup final. So United are definitely a team that we want to get some revenge on this season. Oh, it's a good tackle, though. And Henderson will clear it away, but we'll go out for our throw-in. 20 minutes left. They're taking off Shortire, the goal scorer, and bringing on Rodrigo. Fucking hell. What a sub to be able to make. Here's Gaia. Oh, good block. United will look to go on another attack. Lestry. Good tackle by Gaia. Again, he's having a good game, Jose Gaia. He'll give it to Rodri. Oh, here's Lamone again. Can he get a debut goal? It's a good run. Oh, that goes out for a goal kick. Right, they want us to make some changes. Foden is a little bit tired, so you know what? Let's give him a rest. I'm going to bring on Luke Shaw, but you know what? Let's bring him on as a left-back first. Just because Gaia is a wee bit tired. And we'll give Alex a rest and bring on Brennan Johnson as well. Alex is still working his way back into this team. I think 76 minutes. That's a good amount of time for him to play today. McTominay comes off for El Maz for United. As we now make our changes. But a very good debut for Phil Foden. 13 minutes to go. We're still 2-1 up. This would be a nice way to start the season with a little bit of silverware. I know people would say it's only the Community Shield, but fuck it. Still, it's a game I'd rather win than lose. Here's Dylan Turl, the man I want to see lifting it. Is Brennan Johnson on side? Yes, he is. He's been a very, very good signing for us. Oh, and he nearly won it for us there. But the Welshman couldn't score. Or at least the Welsh international. He was born in Nottingham, but still, you get the point. I actually didn't know that until a few days ago, that Brennan Johnson was actually born in Nottingham. Obviously, I know he played for Forest, but is eligible to play for Wales, I should say, through his ancestry. How is that not a foul there on JJ? Oh, United coming in again. Saliba. Okay, Saliba, you can get rid of that. You can get rid of that. Good man. Oh, and JJ wins the header like a boss. Like a boss. He won that header like Brian beat Okada. If you know, you know. Right. Is there any more changes we can make? What does Rodri do as a centre-back? Gets a -1. That's annoying. I'm going to keep Saliba on. What will I do? I kind of want to give Evan Ferguson a game. We'll give JJ a rest. We'll give Ferguson his first appearance for a while. And that's the only change we'll make for now. Just to waste a wee bit of time. As United are bringing on Thuram for Laird, so they're making an attacking change. And we're going to rest our main man JJ. Bring on Evan Ferguson, his first game since returning from a 2-year loan at Porto. He's come back 77 rated. Oh yeah, we did sell Kyogo Furuhashi. Actually, after this game, I'll show you all the transfers that we made. And all the players that we sold. Just so that you can get an idea, because there's loads that I would have forgotten about. But I wanted to make sure that we got into a game fairly quickly as well. Oh, brilliant tackle by Saliba. 3 added minutes. Come on, we're nearly there. Here's Ferguson. Oh, he loses it though to Lissandro Martinez. Rodrigo. Let's get rid of it. There we go. Just boot it away, Mukiele. Boot it away. That should be that. It looks like a 2-1 win in the Community Shield. Come on. There we go. The referee blows the whistle. We get revenge for the FA Cup final. 2-1. JJ and Phil Foden with the goals. A bit of revenge for what happened back in May. And that's a perfect way to start the season. Kyogo, the legend. Kyogo Furuhashi, brilliant player. We got a good offer for him, and with his contract running out, I just felt like, look, I don't want him wasting away in the reserves. I think he's done too much for us just to have him, die off, in the reserves, as I say. Let's give him a good offer. But Dylan Turl lifts the Community Shield. 1 down, 4 more to go. Love that, JJ. It's a perfect way to start the season. It could be the quadruple plus 1, because, you can't really count the Community Shield in these things. But I'm very happy with that. Perfect start to the season. Bit of silverware in our lovely new purple jersey. Against the team we lost the FA Cup final to. You love to see that. You love to see it. And a debut goal as well for Phil Foden. But with all that said, let me just put Alex back on the set pieces, and then I will show you the full list of transfers in terms of ins and outs. Calabria, let's just see as well. Like, this is a joke. This is a fucking joke. Well, I nearly didn't sign another right back. But Calabria, broken toe, out for 3 months. Perrin has been sold to Real Sociedad. I literally turned down the injury severity and frequency for both teams to 4. And the first game, we get a fucking 3-month injury. Well, McConnell's going on the bench. Mukiele has to start. I am fucking done. I am done when it comes to these fucking injuries. Right, McConnell's going to have to come in here. Well, it looks like he might get a bit more game time than he first anticipated. That's really frustrating for a player who played the joint most amount of games last season. He's now going to miss the first fucking 3 months today. Ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. But anyways, I have to move on now. Where will I go? Transfer history. No, never mind. I have to do the set pieces first, then I'll show you transfer history. So free kick can all go to Alex. Left corner. I'll keep Foden on the left corners. I like having a left footer for those. Alex there. JJ on penalties. Lovely stuff. Right, that's royally fucked me off now that Calabria's out for 3 months. Just cannot catch a break when it comes to injuries. It is what it is. But my club, here we go. So the most money we spent was 153 million for Foden. We swapped Anthony to get Saliba, Paulinho, and 53.5 million to get Rodri. Ibanez went to Leicester for 55.5 million. Kent went to Atalanta for 45.5. Barder we signed from Newcastle for 35.5. Mukiele we also signed for 35.5 from PSG. Luke Shaw 32 million from Barcelona. Schuler we also sold as well. He's gone to Inter Milan for 24.7 million. So for a player who's 29 years old, contract running out, I thought that was actually pretty good. Traore we sold to Newcastle for 20 million. Kyogo Furuhashi, the absolute legend. I didn't want him wasting away in the reserves, so we got an offer of 15 million for him. His contract was about to run out. He's 30 years old. I thought Lazio, perfect move for him. It's a big move for him as well. And out of respect for what he did for us, I said, let's set him free and have him play regular football over in Italy. Gormley we sold to Ajax for pretty much 11 million. Perrin has just gone to Real Sociedad for 10.5 million. Tavares to Anderlecht for 3.8. Robson to that team, can't even be arsed pronouncing it, for 3.8 as well. Lund to Genk for 3 million. Scott to Besiktas for 1.7. Burke, and we loaned out just because we couldn't get any transfer offers for him. Limon and Meyer were brought in on free transfers. So that's all the crack with that, and it's amazing. 23 million in the budget. It's not a lot, but considering when we made all our transfers last year, we were left with 8 million. And now we're still left with 23 million. I'm pretty happy with that. But already, we have an injury. That's just confirming that Perrin has left the club. 10.5 million to go to Real Sociedad. So good luck to him. We get another offer here for Hobbs. Perfect. So Hobbs will be the next player who we're trying to sell. We'll accept that. We're not selling Mikalenko. People will say we should keep Hobbs for the depth at right back, but we already have 2 other right backs, and I'm happy at Mukiele and what's his name, McConnell. Those are just some other right centre midfielders, I should say, that we were scouting. Luke Shaw says he's ready to come in for Calabria. I've already thought about that. Am I able to convert Luke Shaw to a centre back yet? Let me just have a quick look at that. So hopefully I can. Yes, I can. Lovely stuff. We'll just do ball playing defender to improve his weak foot. And just to give you an idea as well for Phil Foden. So after playing 1 game, he's gone down to 352 weeks from I think it was 370 weeks before that, but it's absolutely ridiculous considering he can play as a cam as well. Like, it shouldn't take him that long to become a centre midfielder. But anyways, we are back here in Cloyne, our first game in the new home kit against Manchester United. You know what? I'm going to put United in the lime kit. So that means for both games we've both worn different jerseys. I don't know, I'm kind of weird like that. But let's do it. I am also bursting for a piss, so I'm going to press play and I'm going to run to the toilet. I'll be back in just a jiff.
Manchester United and a rock and roll United!
And I'm back. And I decided to get the milk out of the fridge because my throat is absolutely killing me. Oh. And milk definitely helps it out a lot more. Anyways, here we go. Our first Premier League game of the season. Looking for a treble of Premier League titles. Yes, we are. Looking to become just the 3rd team to do it after United and Man City. But here we are. It's good to be back. Oh, lad, I'm loving. I am loving this jersey. Oh my God, this is probably my favourite home kit that we've ever had. Ever. In Thurle and Cloyne United. Oh, this is class. I feel like we look deadly in it. But that's a soft fucking free kick. That hasn't changed. Milkomania, running wild. And I have met Kurt Angle, so... Funnily enough, actually, when that meet and greet was happening, there was a couple of guys who did bring little cartons of milk. As they got a picture with him. Fucking hell, that nearly went in from Sangare. We get the goal kick. Oh, I am fucking in love with this jersey. Oh my God, it just looks a bit... It looks different from anything we've ever had. I am really, really liking it. I think that's Nathan Collins playing for United, the Irish centre-back. Interesting. Plays for Wolves in real life. That's a big move for him. It is! Nathan Collins. Fair fucks to him. Been a long time since we've had an Irish player on the team. The last kind of mainstay that we had in the team from Ireland was probably John O'Shea. Yeah, John O'Shea. He would have been the last Irish player that would have played regularly for United. Oh, it's JJ. Oh, looking for the fish and chips. But would you believe it? It's Phil Foden again. What a signing he has been already. 2 games, 2 goals, both against United. I always say I'll never forgive Phil Foden's dad, who is a United fan, for letting his son play for Man City. Henderson made the save. Oh, no, it's Costa, sorry. Costa made the save from JJ's chip attempt. But Foden followed it up with the header, and it's 1-0. Perfect start to our Premier League campaign. Let's hope there's more where that came from. You all know I've been talking about signing Phil Foden for ages. I really have been, and that's why part of me was like, when we didn't win the quadruple last season, part of me was a little bit kind of happy that we would be able to do another season, because I really wanted to use Foden. That's a foul, surely. Okay, we got the advantage. A very short advantage, though, ref. What the fuck? Oh, JJ's pass is cut out there. But Rodri with the interception in CDM. I really did like Paulinho, and there was part of me tempted to convert him to a centre-back and have him replace Ibanez. But as I say, he didn't want to sign a new contract, and it just would have kept bringing the morale down in the team. And I thought, you know what, Rodri is a player who I've not really used an awful lot in FIFA either. And I have no desire to do a Man City career mode, so why not sign him here? And that's what we've done. I'm quite happy with that. I'm very happy with all the signings we've made. I really am. Really am. Here he is, speak of the devil. Out to Lamone, another new signing who I wasn't expecting to make. As Anthony Elanga picks up a yellow card there. Foden has a chance now to whip in this corner. Oh, JJ went for the scissor kick. It's Porrig, who scored in the FA Cup final, had a goal there. But the shot was blocked. Rodri. Oh, unlucky. Good header away. Porrig with a good tackle. Foden, why not have a go again? Too hot to handle for the keeper. It's cleared away. We're keeping the pressure on here. Here's JJ. Oh, looking for Alex, but couldn't find him. And Sancho will look to break. Oh, it's a good ball against Sancho. Saliba. Oh, good save by Meyer. But I tell you what, he's lucky that it landed at the feet of a Cloyne United player. Foden. Oh, he's done really well there. Foden into JJ. That is a perfect ball. JJ. Oh, how's he missed? Oh, my God. They've not cut the grass again, the bastards. Fuck's sake. I can't believe that. Scissor kick me daddy. I do like the acclaimed. Yeah, I don't mind the acclaimed. Oh, that's the other thing. I watched Forbidden Door live from start to finish. What a show. What a fantastic show. I give AEW a lot of stick, but last night, one of the best pay-per-views of the year. It was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Omega and Ospreay, I should say. One of the best matches I've seen outside WWE in a very long time. Danielson Okada was really good too. There was a lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff on there. And that's the thing. I think I said this before. Like, when AEW first burst onto the scene, to steal a quote from Michael Richards, we were all expecting it to be a Western version of New Japan, like a dash of like Ring of Honor and a bit of TNA as well. Hold that thought. JJ again. Oh, he just gets it taken off him at the last second as we approach halftime. But what we ended up getting as halftime finally it does arrive. What we ended up getting was Being the Elite, the wrestling promotion, which is okay, but you know, it's not been everyone's cup of tea, and for me it's been very hit and miss. But last night just went to show, if they went for the more New Japan style, of wrestling and wrestling promotion, I think it would have AEW stand out a lot more and be great. I fucking thoroughly enjoyed it. I have to say. And if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. Oh, God. Yeah, milk definitely helps a lot more than water does. Oh, right. Anyways, second half, don't need to make any changes at half time. Let's be having you. There's Lamone. Oh, he's completely run through the defence here. Oh, and even with his weak foot, he can do it. Lamone scores on his Premier League debut. 2-0 to kick off this second half. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I'm loving this team. It's such a shame Calabria had to get injured. It's like they just don't want me to have a full-strength team. They really don't. But Mukiele was obviously a good signing to make as a backup for the right-back position. I apologise, lads. My head's all over the place. I have been fucking... some days you're just out of it. That's how I've been today. So some of my sentences might not sound like they're making any fucking sense. But great finish by Lamont on his debut, and we are 2-0 up. His Premier League debut, that is. Glad to hear it was a great show. Still a bit disappointed Jeff Jarrett wasn't booked. Yeah, he wasn't even on the pre-show, actually. I only saw highlights of the pre-show, like I had it on in the background. And then I saw a few clips on my phone today. Oh, bollocks, Meyer, what are you doing? I was disappointed for Tom Lawler, him and Adam Cole. That would have been really good. But, yeah, no, I have to say, AEW, have we seriously got another fucking injury? No, this is taking the piss now, like. Gaia's fucking injured now. I'm keeping him on a while. That is a fucking joke. How are we... Oh, my God. Hopefully if he's out for 3 months now as well, then I'm going to fucking snap. Because this is just not fair. Like, it's getting to a stage now where it's just making it unenjoyable. Do you know? Oh, 2 fucking fullbacks. That's royally fucked me off now. It's not asking me to take him off yet. It's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Can JJ score? Oh, on the opening day. Good block. Now, the thing is with the left back, there is a free agent left back that we could sign. Oh, thank God. He's run off the injury, Gaia. Thank fucking God. Oh, I actually would have snapped. I would have fucking snapped. It's bad enough we've lost 1 full-back for 3 months. To lose fucking 2 of them would have been a disaster. But anyways, thankfully now we can just get on with it. Here's Cullen. Took too heavy a touch. But yeah, if you haven't seen Forbidden Door, I would recommend watching at least the main matches from it, because they were fantastic. First time I'd watched an AEW pay-per-view live, probably since All Out in 2021. I think that was the last. If memory served me correctly, I think that was the last one I watched live. Oh no, it's 2-1. I fucking knew it. I absolutely knew it. Right, Luke Shaw, who we have signed as a backup left centre-back, is actually going to come on to play left-back, because I'm bring Shaw on to play left-back just for today. But that's the handy thing about Luke Shaw, is that he's versatile. It's no offence to Mikalenko, it's just that Shaw's a bit more established. Every time a player goes down now, my heart's going to be in my mouth. Got Everton away up next, which is another interesting game. And then Arsenal at home, which I'm looking forward to. 2-1 up here. Can JJ stay on side? No, he can't. Unlucky. Donny van de Beek replacing Ethan Laird, so United possibly changing formation a little bit. Scott McTominay will take this free kick. Oh, Rodri. Brilliantly done there by Rodri. Foden on the turn. Go on. JJ gets in there. It's 3-1. Well, it wouldn't be an opening Premier League game of the season if JJ didn't get his goal. And he does. What a fantastic move. Lamone getting through the defence. Took it about as far as he could towards Costa without losing it. And JJ perfectly positioned to make it 3-1. And we are very close now to sealing our first 3 points of the season. Might make a couple of more changes. Let's give Alex another rest just in case. Yeah, that's actually the only change I'll make. I might make some more changes when there's a couple of minutes left. Don't really want to mess around with it too much, but just trying to ease Alex back into the team. Brennan Johnson can come on for the final 15 minutes or so. I've recently started watching all of the NWA TNA show. The first X Division match, oh my, that was insane. I've watched the first episode. Let me just pause this for a second. I've watched the first episode a lot, and first time watching the second pay-per-view show. I can still remember my first time watching those shows, actually, back on the wrestling channel. Obviously, Bravo was the one that used to show TNA weekly, and they used to show the TNA pay-per-views as well, up until Challenge, obviously, got the rights for it. But I remember the wrestling channel, TWC, they used to show classic TNA, and that's where I watched a lot of those shows. It's where I first saw Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in Irish whip wrestling. Back in the day. What a ball. JJ! Oh, Costa with a fantastic save. That was a very good save, in fairness to him. Eight minutes to go here. We are 2-1 up still. Sorry, 3-1 up, I should say. Elmaz. United looking to pull another one back. If they do score again, it'll be a grandstand finish. Oh, that's perfect. Here's Brennan Johnson. He's like Brennan's bread. He's reliable. But he couldn't get the ball through there. 3 minutes to go now. Sancho. Oh, well done. Well done, well done, well done. We can kind of see out the clock here a bit. Here's JJ. Oh, loses it. That's really frustrating to lose it there. Here's Thuram. Saliba. Oh, okay, that was nearly a very dodgy place to give it away. Let's just clear this away. Mightn't get a chance to make these last few changes, but who cares? It's the opening day of the season anyway. We've got a week-long break. Don't need to worry about it too much. And surely that's 3 points sealed. Come on, ref, blow the whistle. Blow the fucking whistle. Referee, come on. Oh, ref, come on. There we go. Jesus, he loves adding on an extra minute. Perfect start to the season. 3-1 win in the opening game of the Premier League. Thankfully, we do get the wins against United this time. They were a thorn in our side last season, beat us twice in the league and beat us in the FA Cup final. But we've started the season beating them in the Community Shield and now beating them on the opening game of the Premier League season. Get in there. The second episode already, TNA put Storm and Harris together. When I got to watch TNA for the first time in late 2004, they were feuding with Triple X in an all-time fantastic feud. Yeah, TNA definitely has some great stuff to go back and watch. Yeah, there's a lot that it'll come up on my phone the odd time on social media from 18 in the last 15 to 20 years about TNA that I've completely forgotten about. But there's so much to go back and watch, and it's so unique. I think we were speaking about that recently. That was such a unique promotion at the time with the 6-sided ring, which obviously they adopted from Mexico, and the way you had the 2 entrance ramps. There was just it definitely was the closest we've had to an alternative to WWE in fucking over 2 decades in North America, at least. But here we go. We've got Albert Hobbs gone to Alaves for 7.5 million. We've got 6 million from it. It's a bit of a sad moment. Hobbs, he was a very reliable backup right back, but I just feel like with what we needed to achieve, it was probably time for him to go. His contract was running out. Again, didn't want him wasting away in the reserves. He has now moved on to greener pastures. Mamardashvili, don't worry, you will play the cup games. And Luke Shaw did end up coming on for a bit. Great. What a great start to the season this has been. But there we have it. Hobbs gone to Deportivo. I do feel I feel a little bit emotional seeing that. He was a great player for us. It was just, you know, it was time to leave though. Oh yeah, that's the other left back. Okay, now I'm in two minds. This guy's actually quite good. 82 rated, 18 years old. He's worth 37 million euro. I could bring this guy in and I could sell Mikalenko. Is he on my shortlist? Yes, he is. I'm going to transfer list Mikalenko, who hasn't been bad. But if we can get an 82 rated backup left back to replace an 81 rated 26-year-old as the backup, I'll happily do that. So let's see what offers we get. And if we get a decent offer, we can sell him and bring in another left back. We've Everton now at Goodison Park. I think I'm going to keep the team the exact same. Yeah, don't really think I need to make any changes. Yeah. Let's just keep... I don't know why I keep saying yeah. Let's just get into it. Oh, sorry. I'll never forget Skipper walking the cage like a tightrope. Why do I feel like I haven't... Oh, yeah, I know what you're on about now. Yeah. I was trying to think of... Hang on. Sorry, I'm going to YouTube that now, because for some reason... I feel like I have seen that. In fact, I can nearly guarantee that I've seen it. But for some reason, it's just not... For some reason, it's just not sticking in my head. Bear with me a sec. Oh, yeah. Now I remember that. Yeah, I didn't see that till many, many years later. I think I spoke about this on here before. The first time I ever saw TNA was back in 2006. I was channel surfing. And I was just bored and I felt like there was nothing on. I was channel surfing on Sky. In this very room, actually, that I'm in right now. And I remember seeing, TNA Impact. That sounds pretty cool. Had no idea that it was wrestling. Had never heard of it before. And I switched over to it. And I was like, oh my god, that's Christian. What the fuck is this man who looks a little bit like a mixture of Kane and Mankind doing, drowning Christian in his pool? The fuck is this? And the next thing, it cut to the ring. And there was a 6-sided ring. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I've never seen this before. Oh god, it will be. Oh no. Oh, okay, we've managed to hold it off for now. Oh, but we go 1-0 down. Now that's a poor goal to concede. That is a very poor goal to concede. And we go 1-0 down instantly. Well, that's annoying. That is very... I hate conceding goals like that. It really does do my head in. Oh, but Lamone. Don't even care if it's the kickoff glitch. Don't even care. It's a fucking beauty from Lamone. 2-2 for him in the league. And we have equalised straight away. Well, Anthony, it was a tough decision to let him go. But I knew we had to, because that contract thing, we would have just kept getting emails about it. 9 times out of 10, they don't even accept the new contract until like the following season. And we're only doing one more season. But I tell you what, he's proving to be a hell of a replacement. Easily skipped past the defence there, I should say. And it's 1-1 against John Deitch's men. That's how I discovered wrestling. I was channel surfing and discovered SmackDown on Saturday morning, Sky 1. That was my very first ever time watching wrestling. I'm jealous of people who can remember the first time they saw wrestling. Like, for as far back as I can remember, I've been a wrestling fan. Like, I can't remember a period in my life where I wasn't a fan of wrestling. I know I would have been very young, but I can't. I wish I could. I wish I could go back and see the exact moment. That's a good ball in. Oh, it's another good ball. Lamone. Oh, Mendy gets there. I think that's Chelsea's Mendy in goal. It's a good signing for Everton. Looks like he's going to Saudi Arabia in real life. But then again, who isn't? There's Alex Iwobi now, and Vanderson. Gaia couldn't get there. He needs to be doing a little bit better there. Porrig intercepts, but... Oh, it does go for a goal kick. Thought it was just a corner. I like the new goalkeeper jersey that we have as well. I couldn't remember what episode of SmackDown it was and went back on the network. It was 2 weeks after WrestleMania 20. One of my very earliest memories of watching wrestling, again, it happened in this very room, was watching a VHS of No Way Out 2003. But, like, I know that's not when I started watching wrestling. I was already a wrestling fan at that point. But that's, like, one of the earliest memories I have. It's like, when I think, like, back that far... We win a free kick here. That's probably that's the earliest memory I have of watching it. Alex is going to take this free kick short to Saliba. We'll go back to Alex. Finds Phil Foden, whose shot gets blocked, but it's out for a corner. I'm going to put Alex on this corner as well, because Foden last time wasn't amazing. So let's put Alex on it. See how it goes. Oh, I tell you what. Porrig won the header. And Mendy had to make the save. It is Chelsea's Mendy as well, as we suspected. Alex is going to whip in another corner. Oh, I tell you what, it was nearly one again. Emi Guevara there in midfield. FIFA just feels so open lately. It really does. I feel like that's why I feel like I'm a lot quieter lately when I stream, because I feel like I really have to focus. Gallagher's ball in. Oh, it's off the line. Oh my God. Thankfully there was nobody in the middle there, because it was a huge gap. Next year will be 20 years of me watching wrestling. That's cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I know that I've been watching it pretty much my whole life. But as I say, I just can't remember the exact moment. It would have been from my older cousin Adam. He was a fan of it originally, so that's where I would have first seen it. But I can't remember like the exact moment. I would have been very young. I would have been like 4 or 5, probably younger actually, maybe 3. Yeah, we say 3 or 4, because I remember being in junior infants, which is the first year of primary school in Ireland. It's called junior infants, and I remember being in junior infants and being a fan of wrestling, and that was in 2002. So. What's that? That's 21 years now, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. Not that I'm making it a competition. That's the old thing of like my dad's bigger than your dad. But yeah, like there's that weird. I remember seeing a comment. This was back in like 2012, I think. I remember seeing a comment on Facebook. It was like a post in like a wrestling forum, and someone said like, oh, like, you know, when did you start watching wrestling, and like, you know, what matches or wrestlers, you know, what were the first matches and wrestlers that you remember seeing? I think someone said that they started watching it in 2006, I think they said. And someone responded with, if you started watching after 2001, you're not a real fan. That's one of the most fucking retarded comments I've ever heard in my life. Like, it's such a stupid fucking thing to say. So apparently, if you didn't see wrestling before 2001, apparently you're not a real fan of it. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. For me, like, you could have started watching wrestling in 2021 and you're a real fan. Like, we all started watching at different times. Oh, JJ's just offside. Unlucky. Unlucky. But halftime is approaching here. And it's 1-1. And anyways, my dad couldn't be better than anyone else's dad because he's dead. But anyways, that's a bit of dark humour for you. But anyway, yeah, 1-1 here. Okay, we might get one last chance here. Ah, Lamone just couldn't get the ball through. Right, ref, just blow the whistle. Just blow the whistle. Okay, wait, no, don't blow it. Don't blow it. Don't blow it. Oh, why'd you blow it? Oh, come on. Oh, JJ would have been clean through there. But the referee decides to blow the whistle. 1-1 here at Goodison Park at half-time. Honestly, I tell you what, lads, I'm feeling the pressure for this season, because this will be the last season no matter what. No matter what, this will be the last season. So I really feel the pressure when it comes to winning the quadruple. You know, like that's what the League Cup we're going to have to take very, very seriously. We've won it 2 years in a row. But, like, you know, winning it 3 years in a row is not going to be easy. Especially when there's 3 other tournaments that we will be desperate to win as well. tackle by Jose Gaya. It does feel weird not having Mamardashvili in goal, I will say that. It does feel a little bit strange. But we'll be fine. Oh, Foden gets completely taken out of it there. Oh, it's a red card. Alex Iwobi, the former Arsenal man, receives his marching orders, and Everton are down to 10 men. Before I rewatched the SmackDown episode, all I remembered from it was Eddie Guerrero was defending the WWE title. John Cena had a segment and Big Show had a squash match. Different times. Different times. Good times, though. Good times. I have fond memories of that era of wrestling. I really do. Tarl, can he get his first of the season? Good save. Oh, Alex. Oh, he was chasing him down, but he couldn't quite find him. JJ! Oh, Mendy with another save. Everton have made us work for this game so far. Come on. Oh. Again, what's with the long advantages? Like, that advantage took fucking forever. Anyways. Oh, okay. I thought that wasn't going to make it through, but then, of course, we mess up the final pass. Unbelievable. Oh, and they're clean through here. Saliba, he's made a bit of a balls of that. Everton get a free kick now in a dangerous position. Perfect. Go on, Foden. Well done. Oh, go on, Phil. Go on, Phil. Oh, my God. Phil Foden. Phil Foden. Oh, I thought I'd taken a touch too many, but Phil Foden. 3 goals in 3 games. What a signing. What a signing he has proven to be. That was absolutely excellent. I was in 2 minds. I could have squared it. But I thought he's gotten this far. He has to finish it. And anytime I square it lately, I feel like I miss it. But it's a beautiful finish. Mendy probably went down a little bit too early. But Foden with the finish. He left those noisy twats in the blue half of Manchester. And he's come to Cloyne. And I tell you what, he ain't looking back at the moment. 3-3, 2-1. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, and we could be good to go again here. Oh my God, my heart is in my mouth every time a player goes down. Oh, no, it's Gallagher. Oh, thank God he's missed that. It was very close. Saliba does pick up a yellow card. Please don't tell me there's been a penalty given or anything. Oh, thank God. That's a dumb comment. I get some folk miss the Monday Night Wars, but that's so rose tinted glasses. Oh, it is completely. And listen, I think we all think that the time period we grew up in is the best. And the Attitude Era was great, and the Monday Night Wars were great. But there's a lot of bad stuff from that time as well, you know? But I do find that era of wrestling fans can be very... They kind of tend to look down on people who started watching after it. You know? It's just from what I've experienced, at least. Oh, it's a good ball. Right, Saliba on a yellow card is making me nervous, so I might have to make a change. Oh, no. Good tackle. Good tackle. Well done. Here's Alex Cullen again. Oh, God. You just think of, like, what rating he would be now if he hadn't gotten that second injury. Like, whatever about the first one, it's the second one, I think, that gets to me. You can get 1 big injury, but to get 2... and a 7-monther as well. It's just ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. But he's on the run here. Colin! Oh, it's gone in! It's JJ! Oh, it seemed like it took an eternity to go in. I think it might have taken a little bit of a deflection. But JJ does score. It's 3-1. It took a wicked deflection. But we are 3-1 up. And surely now that's 3 points. It lobbed it over the keeper. And it is 3-1. Oh, I think it had... Oh, it's gone down as an own goal, I think. Has it? Oh no, it's gone down as a JJ goal. Thank God. I would have been so annoyed because I was like, it took a deflection, but it wasn't an OG. That was not an OG. 10 minutes to go. I probably will make some changes next time the ball goes out of play, which hopefully can happen here. Okay, not yet. Go on, just blast that out of play, Gaia. Why not? Okay, let's do it. What I'm actually going to do is Mukiele is going to go centre back, and I'm going to bring on McConnell to play right back. Give him his debut. Alex can get a rest for Brennan Johnson. JJ can get a rest for Evan Ferguson. Foden has done his job. Marino can come on. I'll bring on Shaw at left back. And I think those are all the changes we can make. And can you believe it? I have to go for a second toilet break. Jesus Christ. My apologies. My bladder, obviously, is the size of a fucking peanut today for some reason. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Especially when they shit all over ruthless aggression, it's just a good error. It's just as good of an error as attitude. I think, and it's funny. I think people always seem to realize how great errors are when they end. Like that's a big problem, not just in wrestling, but I think just in life in general. Oh, fuck. What a save by Meyer. Absolutely brilliant save. Oh my God. I was going to say that's why we paid the money for him, but he's a free transfer. That's why we pay his wages, that's what I'll say. Tur looking to feed his Republic of Ireland teammate Evan Ferguson, but just gets tackled in the end. But I spoke about that in the podcast a little bit this week, how nostalgia, can be a bit dangerous at times. And sometimes you have to appreciate things while they're there instead of, shitting all over it. Oh, what another brilliant save by Meyer. He's keeping it at 3-1. Oh, they've brought Mendy up. Oh, we have to win this. We have to win this ball. Come on. Lamone. Oh, my God. Everton could be in trouble here. Oh, it's Lamone. Lamone, come on. Come on. Oh, he lost it in the end. Oh, unlucky. I tell you what, Evan Ferguson has it here in a good position. Back to Rodri. Over to Luke Shaw. Moreno. And now Shaw again. 3 minutes of added time here. Rodri, Turl, Johnson. Brennan Johnson. Evan Ferguson. Oh, good block. Good block. But I think that should be that. The referee should blow his whistle any minute now. I'm sure he'll add on another extra fucking minute so Everton get an attack, because that's just the way the fucking referees want to work at the moment. It's Vanderson. Rodri will win it. Lamone can clear it. Ferguson can clear it. And it's another 3 points here. 2 3-1 wins to kick off our Premier League campaign. And it's the same 3 players. JJ, Foden and Lamone. They seem to be running the show at the moment. Get in there. 2 wins from 2. Would have happily taken that. Well, 3 from 3, obviously, if you count the Community Shield. But in terms of the league, 2 wins from 2. Very, very pleased with that. And we are flying. As you can see, the team, Foden no longer has the -1 because he's in good form. Alex, obviously, still trying to get back to full fitness. He's only content, so let me just make sure he's happy with his contract. That sometimes can bring the morale down. Yeah, he is. I think it's his own performance he's a little bit unhappy with, but it's okay, Al. It's going to take some time to get back there. Okay, here we go. We do get an offer from Mikalenko from Newcastle. They're saying we can get up to 33.9 million for him. They've offered 30.9, so let's see. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask for 35. Not that we really need the money. But if we're going to bring in another left back, I'd rather sell Mikalenko and bring in a bit of money. Okay, they said, okay, they're sticking to their offer. I'm going to ask for 32.5. Okay, and they're happy with that. That's fair. So we can sell Mikalenko and bring in the other left back whose name is escaping me. If we just have a look here. Moyano. Perfect. 18 years old, 82 rated. It's very hard to pass up. And Mikalenko's been all right. Don't need War Prowls anymore. Mikalenko's been all right, but he hasn't been, you know, he hasn't been amazing, let's just say. But there we go. Mikalenko has gone to Newcastle. 32.5 million. Good money to get for a backup left back. I'll take that. They're only giving it a C, but they can fuck off. What does the game know? But that's a good chunk of money to get. I think we do know what our Champions League group is. But we'll have a look at that probably in the next episode. I'll obviously have a sneak preview beforehand, but we'll see what happens. So Moyano, he's 18. I'll say sporadic. I won't go prospect. We'll say sporadic. Oh, he wants rotation. Okay, that's fair. We'll accept that. That's perfect. 5-year deal. No worries at all. Disregard the release clause. Oh, that reminds me of something else I need to show you. Let's just give him 70 grand a week. Fuck it. I know it said only 22, but sometimes you can be far off with the evaluated, or the estimation, I should say, for their wage. So I said I'd give him a bit extra. It doesn't matter. We have the money to do it. He's a free transfer anyway, so it's all good. But there is something I need to show you in a minute because it was fucking crazy. So let's put him on the bench. Moyano, that's perfect. And let's give him his squad number and put him on a development plan. So, where is he? There he is, Moyano. Let's give him number 33. I think that looks good. For a left back, go into his development plan. Work on his attacking attributes. And that is perfect. So, when I was renewing players' contracts, Dylan Turl had a very interesting part of his negotiation. So, he's now on €165,000 a week, which is great. He's worth 190.5 million, which is insane. And he has a release clause that I accidentally accepted. But now, if someone wants to buy Dylan Turl with by triggering his release clause, they will have to pay 607.8 million to sign Dylan Turl. So really, PSG and Man City are probably the only teams that can do it. I just thought that was incredible. Absolutely insane. I really like late 2000s, early 10s, but I've listened to podcasts who watched Attitude Era crap all over it because they said it was boring and simple, looking over some great work on that era. Yeah, I agree with that. I there's a lot of wrestling podcasts I used to listen to before, or like YouTube things I used to watch, that I just felt like started going way too hard on the Ruthless Aggression era, and they'd kind of shit all over everything. I'm not going to mention names because there's some people out there who I still have respect for, and they definitely helped me through some tough times listening to their podcasts, but it definitely soured me on them a little bit when they would just kind of shit all over an era of wrestling that they didn't watch. I think it's a very simple-minded approach, to be honest. Oh, God. As I got another sip of milk there. Right. You know what? Fuck it. After this game, we will look at the Champions League groups. But Arsenal are also level with us on 6 points, as well as Leeds. But Arsenal have not conceded a goal yet. They've scored 4, conceded none. We've scored 6 and conceded 2. Leeds have scored 2 and conceded none. Interesting. So 2 1-0 wins there. But it's a big game to round out this episode gameplay-wise. Alex is actually a little bit tired. He's unhappy. What the fuck is going on? Hang on. Why is Alex unhappy? Don't tell me there's an issue with his contract now as well. Must be with his player performance. Okay, let me just test out something here. Let me give Alex a new contract, and let me see if that makes him a little bit happier. Because that's concerning. Yeah, we don't need to give him an extension. Disregard release clause. Right, Alex, you can now get 170 grand a week. Hopefully that will cheer you up a bit. No, he's still unhappy. Greedy bastard. It's obviously not about the money. I think it might just be his performance, but he's only just back from injury. We're going to keep him in here. Saliba up against his old team. He's already gone up to 88 rated, which is fantastic. Yeah, let's go with this team again. His Meyer. Okay, yeah, his sharpness is going up a bit, which is good. Foden obviously doesn't get the minus anymore. Everyone looking really, really great there. And let's get into it. Arsenal in the league to wrap up the episode, hopefully with yet another 3 points. Back in the remote, there we go. So here we go. Ruthless Aggression got the Money in the Bank, and in recent times it has been wasteful, but it's given me some great moments. Punk's second cash in on Jeff Hardy, which started the rivalry. Yeah, Money in the Bank, that's the thing, like Money in the Bank obviously started in 2005, and like really gave ladder matches and in you know, in general, a whole new lease of life. You know? Oh, fuck off. Oh, come on. Come on. Like, that's the problem with FIFA this year. Oh, Trossard. If you did that in Cloyne in real life, you would have a hurley shoved up your ass faster than you could fucking run. Faster than you've scored that fucking goal. You absolute fucking dick. Yeah, jump to result, imagine. Imagine if we did it, we won like 10-1. Oh my god. What a time that was, eh? Oh, JJ! Oh, good save. Well, Arsenal were the original bogey team that we faced in this career mode. Here's Odegaard. And obviously we do have a series planned with Arsenal after this after the season is over. I don't fucking believe this. Good save by Meyer. Well, that's a fucking joke. That was way too easy for them. Still no clean sheet for us, and Arsenal are yet to concede a goal this season, so we have to become the first. But if there's any man to do it, of course it would be the English Van Nistelrooy. JJ, what a finish. 1-1. Weren't behind for long. Carbon copy of the Everton game. And it's been a very fast-paced start to this game. What a goal. Brilliant move. The midfield just feels a lot more fluid now with Foden in it. And JJ buries that. He's scored a goal in every game so far this season. Of course he has. He's the best striker in the world. And it's 1-1 after 12 minutes. What a start. What a start. It's Trossard. Still, like, look at this. I cannot... Like, I could not fucking get anywhere near Trossard. It's definitely a drop-off in terms of gameplay. But I really hope they improve that next year. I think this series has probably saved my sour opinion that I originally had. Or sorry, has changed my sour opinion that I originally had on this game. Because for me, this has been the weakest FIFA in fucking years. And that's saying something. But I think this career mode has somewhat saved it. Which is why I hope we can end it on a positive note. Where the fuck is Martinelli going? Odegaard now on the attack. Porrig, for some reason, just completely runs away from the ball. But we get away with one there. Now here's Foden again. You can see JJ making the run. Oh, it's a great ball by Phil Foden. JJ. Oh, the fucking touch let him down. Oh, it's so fucking annoying. That is so fucking irritating. That is really fucking irritating me, no, I'm not going to lie. Porrig at the block. I can't wait for Money in the Bank. Can't believe it's this weekend. I'm glad SmackDown is live on our time and not taped and put on US time. Really interesting in coming years between WWE and AEW in the UK market. Yeah, like Money in the Bank. Like I'm going to be at the house show in Dublin the day before SmackDown, which is very, very exciting. But yeah, it is great to have them on at a normal hour. The pay-per-views. I know a few people going over to Money in the Bank. I always say I would have gone over if there hadn't been a house show in Dublin. I 100% would have been gone over. But obviously I'm bringing the siblings to the house show, which I'm really, really looking forward to. It's their first ever WWE show. But yeah, like obviously we clashed the castle last year, which me and Alex both went over to and had an absolute blast at. We had, obviously AEW are coming to Wembley for All In. Then obviously Money in the Bank and SmackDown are in London next week. So it is great to see the UK getting more pay-per-views. Even though I'm obviously not from the UK, I literally live as close to the UK as you can get without being in it. So it's always nice to have pay-per-views just across the pond. And yeah, long may it last. Long may it last. Oh, Nucky. Lamone blocked. But Clash at the Castle was just absolutely insane. Like, it was just a fucking mad few days away. It was probably my favourite trip I ever went on, ever. Definitely as an adult, it's my favourite trip. But, yeah, I had a great time. So it is great to see that they're coming over to the UK a lot more regularly now. There's still 1-1 here at half-time. Or sorry, in the first half, I should say, as we approach half-time. Arsenal are a team that always make me a little bit nervous. Oh, for fuck's sake. What was that from Gaia? What was that? I did not mean to do that. He trips him up a little bit. That's a goal, I'd say. That's a good block. There's Cullen. Does really well there. There's JJ, who got the equaliser. Has Alex through the middle. Well, this would definitely cheer up Alex if he was able to get his first goal. Back from injury. Oh my God, he's hit the post. Oh, how has he not scored that? Oh my God, I thought it was in. I thought that was in. I was about to celebrate and everything. But somehow, it bounces off the line. And it's 1-1 at half-time. Alex just cannot catch a break as of late. He'll be gutted with that one. Oh, that's so frustrating. That is so frustrating. And that really would have lifted his mood. Oh, Lamone, he's just this guy's a beast. Let's go for the power shot. Lamone. There was only going to be one end result. There was only going to be one end result. And that was a goal. What a beauty. Oh. Bangs it in. Bob's your uncle, Mary's your auntie, and Cloyne United are 2-1 up. One of the best UK WWE matches is either Sheamus Gunther or John Cena versus Shawn Michaels 1 hour on Raw. Yeah, Cena and Michaels, I still remember watching that. Well, obviously it wouldn't have been live, but I remember Raw was on Sky. The first repeat of Raw was on a Thursday back then, and I remember being blown away by that match. And obviously I saw Sheamus and Gunther live in person, and it was such a fucking phenomenal match. And Sheamus got a huge round of applause afterwards, which obviously I was proud of as an Irishman. You know, he was the first guy from the Irish scene to go over there and make it big. Oh, fuck off, Arsenal, you fucking cunts. I'm fucking sick of these pricks. They're making me not want to right the wrongs of what happened this season in FIFA. They instantly fucking get the equaliser, and I'm just going to fucking move on because I'm going to get angry. 2-2, it's Trossard again, the stupid tosser. Tossard! That's what he should be called. But yeah, Sheamus was the first guy from here. And people say, no, you're wrong, Finlay was. But there's two reasons you're wrong for that. One, Finlay is from Northern Ireland. And two, Finlay didn't train in the Irish independent scene like Sheamus did. Finlay was trained in Germany. And he had a little bit of training up in the north of Ireland, but it wasn't a scene. Like Sheamus came from the Irish scene. So a lot of people don't know that the Irish independent wrestling scene started back in 2001. If you just give me a brief moment here, it's Turl, Dylan Turl, the captain, his first goal of the season, 3-2 up against Arsenal. Have that, you London twats. No offence to anyone from London, I do apologise. But what a finish by Turl. Smacked it past Aaron Ramsdale, and we are 3-2 up. The captain off the mark for the season. Beautiful strike. Oh, have some of that. Fucking have some of that. But yeah, the Irish scene started back in 2001 when a man named Fergal Devitt, who is now known as Finn Balor, and Paul Tracy went over to the UK to train in NWA UK Hammerlock. And then they started a school in Bray, where Finn Balor is from. Bray is literally just outside Dublin. Actually, a small part of Bray is actually in Dublin. Just bear with me a second. Good save by Meyer. A small part of Bray is actually in Dublin, but Finn Balor is from Wicklow, which is where most of Bray is. And that's where the first ever training school started in Ireland. It was known as NWA Ireland. And that's where Becky Lynch was trained, Jordan Devlin was trained, a lot of Paddy Morrow, a lot of great Irish names were trained there. It's now known as Fight Factory Pro Wrestling, which is now run by Phil Boyd and Katie Harvey. But Sheamus trained in another school called Irish Whip Wrestling, which was run by Simon Rochford. So in Ireland, for a few years, we had two independent promotions that were pretty much rivals. As Harry Kane goes to Liverpool, that's a very odd sight. But they were pretty much rivals. NWA Ireland, which is where Finn Balor and Becky Lynch came from, and JD McDonough, or Jordan Devlin. And then you have Irish Whip Wrestling, which is where Sheamus would have come out of. So Sheamus was the first guy from the Irish scene to go over to WWE. Drew McIntyre and Wade Barrett also would have wrestled for Irish Whip Wrestling. They would have travelled over a good bit for Irish Whip as well. Obviously, when they were known as Drew Galloway and Stu Bennett. Became an instant Sheamus fan, cool moves and looked physical. I love Sheamus. Like he's probably the first guy I saw go from... Yeah, he is. He's the first guy I ever saw on the independent scene go to WWE. I'll never forget seeing him on ECW, cutting a promo, Osquailga, which was just fucking insane. As Foden has a go, but it's a good save. Like, hearing the Irish language in a WWE promo was fucking insane. And, yeah, he flew the flag, for the scene for a very long time. So he did, Sheamus. And he opened up a lot of doors for Irish talent. Before the Chosen One days for Drew and Nexus days for Wade. Yeah, literally right before. Obviously, then they went off to Florida Championship Wrestling, which obviously would have eventually evolved into NXT. And the rest is history. For both those wrestlers and for what Florida Championship Wrestling would go on to be. But yeah, there was definitely... the Irish wrestling scene has a lot of interesting history. Very interesting history. And I'm honoured to be a part of it. I was on the very first All-Munster Pro Wrestling show back in September 2020. And that's something that never gets lost on me. Right, I might make a few changes. I'm going to keep Alex on because I feel like he needs to get a bit happier. Let's give Moyano a game at left back. Why not? Mukiele is actually a bit tired, but he is very physical. That's the only thing. Actually, that's the only change I'm going to make. I feel like sometimes I feel like I make changes. Oh shit, they took that a lot earlier than I was expecting. Sometimes I feel like I make changes for the sake of making them. Oh, no. Oh, what a save. What a save from Meyer. But Gaia can come off. Moyano can come on for his Cloyne United debut. Odegaard's going to whip this ball in. Oh, headed away. Come on, let's not concede. Oh, what a save. I feel it's annoying that we still haven't, shored up the defence. But to be honest, lads, I feel like clean sheets are just neon impossible to get in this. They're a rare occurrence in FIFA, clean sheets. They really are. Oh, fuck off! What a save. What a save. And I am going to make a change. I'm going to make a very defensive change. We're going to switch to this formation. Turl, I'm actually going to put there instead of Foden. Put him there. And we'll bring on Bear alongside Rodri. Swap them around. And do you know what? He is kind of tired. Luke Shaw, listen, we're going to put him... Actually, what's Moyano's weak foot like? Yeah, he's got a bit of better weak foot. We'll put him at right back. Luke Shaw can go left back. Yeah. for the final couple of minutes. I do remember my mom showing me old UK shows called World of Sport Wrestling. Big Daddy is a guy I remember mostly for his chant, Easy Chant. They came back before NXT UK took over Without Plan. Yeah, I remember that Will Ospreay was part of that. And it was quite exciting at the time. Yeah, it would have been cool to see World of Sport become a thing again, but obviously it just didn't quite happen in the end. But yeah, no, I remember when that was happening. Good header away. World of Sport. The World of Sport has a very interesting history. It's very, Finn Balor spoke about he grew up watching that as well. So it was very prominent on Irish and UK TVs, especially for wrestling fans growing up. Big Daddy's one of those names that constantly gets thrown around by people who haven't watched wrestling in fucking years as well. The amount of articles I see when it's like, oh, Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks, and I go, if I hear those fucking two names in an article, or read those two names in an article one more time. Oh, Luke Shaw looking to get the tackle in there, but he couldn't get there. Oh, no. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Come on. Blow the whistle, ref. Blow the whistle. There we go. 3-2 win against Arsenal. Toughest game of the season so far. But we keep up our 100% record here. Arsenal, who also had a 100% record coming into this game, faced defeat and conceded their first 3 goals of the season. You love to see that. Arteta, he's gutted, but we don't care. We're happy with the points. JJ, yet another goal for him. In other news, water is wet. She had tapes of old wrestling. Take that, Dave Meltzer. Yeah, fuck you, Meltzer. JJ's mom. She's the real wrestling historian. Watching Haystacks on Nitro was quite something. Yeah. I remember seeing a clip of that actually a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it is quite an interesting phenomenon. Just bear with me now a second, guys. And I will be there with you. Of course, once again, as per usual, the important messages. Okay, the important messages only come through when I'm streaming. Anyways, here we are on deadline day, so I think we'll do this, and then we will have a quick look at the Champions League groups. But that is kind of it for gameplay as far as today is concerned. Don't really have many players that we need to sell. Don't really want to bring anyone else in, as Jack Grealish goes to Wolfsburg, and he's only 29 in this career mode, so that's a bit of an odd one. Interesting. Elliot Anderson, who's at Juventus, he's been loaned out. Interesting transfers here. I bet Big Daddy inspired Big Daddy V. Well, I tell you what, if they were looking to make a black version of Big Daddy, that's essentially what they had. Because I tell you what, body shape wise, there ain't much difference between Big Daddy and Big Daddy V. Well, Big Daddy V I think was definitely a lot more unhealthy. Unfortunately, it cost him his life in the end. We got an offer here from Villa. They want Mamardashvili. Funnily enough, they're actually linked with him in real life. They're offering us Amad Diallo. Great player, but I'm going to say no. Obviously plays for United in real life. Was just out on loan at Sunderland. But 5 hours left here in deadline day. Still nothing major happening just yet. For us, at least. Brennan Johnson is wanted by Juventus on a 2-season-long loan. At that, we're going to stick 2 fingers up at you, Juventus, and say no. Brennan Johnson, he's here to stay. He's not going to join the likes of Ian Rush and become a Welshman who played for Juventus. Wan-Bissaka linked up Man City. Not letting that happen. Let's just skip the last 3 hours. Nothing else is really happening. And there we go. That is it for deadline day. So let's have a look at our Champions League group. Now I'm going to try and look away here for a second. Okay, I'm going to go all the way down here because I didn't see who we got. So let's just go through it group by group and see what the story is. Still part of one of the greatest battle royals, Monster Bash or Mash on ECW. I forgot about that, actually. Rest in peace, Viscera. Rest in peace. King Mabel, Viscera, Big Daddy V, a man of many names. And also known for being a little bit reckless from time to time. Just ask Kevin Nash about that. But anyways, these are the Champions League groups. So we have Liverpool, Bayer Leverkusen, Ajax and Dynamo Kiev. AC Milan, Borussia Dortmund, Sevilla and Slavia Prague. Interesting group there. Okay, we didn't get Real Sociedad. Oh, I really want to get the pricks. I really want to get Sociedad. But they've got PSG, Sporting, and Bucharest in their group, so hopefully Sociedad can get out of that and we can meet them along the way. Then we have Man City, Juventus, Fenerbahce, and Hajduk Split. And then you come to our group, which is Roma, Lyon, and Salzburg. 3 teams who I feel like I've played a lot in the group stage of the Champions League in FIFA. But you know what? I think that's actually, it's a winnable group, but there's some tough games in there. Roma and Lyon, I think, will definitely be the 2 that will be the favourites to battle it out for qualification along with us. But Salzburg, you never know. They could be dark horses. I've seen stranger things happen than Salzburg get out of a group like this. But our first game will be against Roma at home, so looking forward to that. Group C, Leipzig, United, Villarreal, and Rangers. That's interesting. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Club Brugge, and Galatasaray. That's a group I feel like I've seen at least 10 times this year in FIFA. I feel like Barcelona, Bayern, and Brugge always get each other in the Champions League group stage. And then we've got Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Benfica, and Anderlecht. Interesting. Let's have a look at the Europa League. Arsenal got Espanyol, Basel, and Helsinki. Chelsea, Hertha Berlin, Rapid Vienna, Malmo. Atalanta there with Hearts. Molde there too, AZ. Shamrock Rovers, based out of Dublin. They've got a tough group. Marseille. It's an interesting group there. Group E, Nice, Napoli, Braga, Donetsk. Bilbao, Fiorentina, Athens, and Apoel. Porto, Celtic, Copenhagen, and Lask. And Wolfsburg, Lens, Midtjylland, and Lech Poznan. And let's have a look at the elite competition of Europe, the Europa Conference League. I'm joking, of course. Union, St. Gilles, whatever you call them. We had them in the Conference League group stage when we were there. They've got Trabzonspor, Aberdeen, and Rosenborg. Stade Rennais, Bodo Glimt, Beşiktaş, and Craiova. Never heard of them. God, that's a depressing group. Feyenoord, Ferenc Varosi, Lega Warsaw, and Randers FC. Oh God, Anthony's going to be playing in the Conference League this season. Jeez, I thought they were in the Europa League. They're actually in the Conference League. Atletico Madrid, Utrecht, AGF, and Altec. I've never heard of those last 2 teams. But wow, it's a fall from grace for Anthony. I feel even worse now that he's playing Europa Conference League. Mönchengladbach, Brøndby, St. Gallen, and UCD AFC. That is so funny when I see UCD in FIFA. UCD are a college based out of Dublin. UCD stands for University College of Dublin. I've walked past there countless times. And it's mad to think that they've been in FIFA for as long as they have been. Sassuolo, Sturm Graz, PAOK, and Lucerne. Tottenham, Sasapia. God, these groups are making me quite depressed. Besiktas and Cluj. And then Royal Antwerp, Young Boys, Boavista, and Motherwell. Interesting stuff. Let's advance up to this Man City game. The youth reports. Yeah, I don't think either of these players are really gonna. Don't think they're gonna make it into the starting 11 anytime soon. But here we go. Let's keep going up to this Man City game. Phil Foden will be playing against his old club. We did have a youth academy objective, which was to sign a midfielder. So let's just sign up all these players, and I'm sure at least one of them will be a midfielder. Let's see. Yep, perfect. But we can release them now. So let's just quickly preview the next episode. Actually, before I do that, Phil Foden. Let's see now. JJ's gone up to 95 rated as well. Holy shit. 20 years old, 95 rated. Absolutely insane. You love to see it. Alex looks a bit happier now, which is good. I think the international break has done him the world of good, and his sharpness has shot right back up as well, which is great. But let's have a quick look at Phil Foden. He's down to 278 weeks. Okay, perfect. I'm sure that eventually we will be able to convert him down to a centre midfielder, but it's ridiculous that it's going to take him this long. It really fucking is. Like, EA needs to get a grip with that. Like, he can play there. Anyways, whatever. But lads, that will do it for this episode. Let me again just quickly preview the next episode. So we've got Man City away in the league. Phil Foden and Rodri's first games against their old club. Man City are a team that we've had a few battles with over the last year or so. We then have Roma in the Champions League, our first Champions League game of the season, which will be great. Sheffield United at home. We've got Brighton and Hove Albion in the first League Cup game of the season, so that should be interesting. I think we will sim a good few of the league games just to try and speed up the the season a bit more, because as you can see, we've got some very big games coming up. But looking forward to it all. Thank you so much, lads, for tuning in. Thank you, JJ, for being a legend, as per usual. We'll be back on here tomorrow. Just to give you an idea as well of the streaming schedule, there might only be 2 streams this week, just because Wednesday I've got a busy enough day, and then Thursday and Friday I'll be in Dublin. So we might not get on here again after tomorrow until Sunday, but we will make up for it by getting through loads and loads of games. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, until next time, have a good one. Talk to you all later.